It's raining out. It's really nasty. Horrible today to do anything outside. But I like to do outdoor stuff, so that really makes it bad. I guess I want to play inside. I call these two the sisters. Little sister here is my Crossman 2240. Extremely modded. The other one is my Benjamin Discovery pistol. Really extremely modded. Matter of fact, it was built from the ground up with performance parts. But I keep these as a set. These custom grips here can be switched from there to here. A small little sister. Okay. And just like sisters, they can wear different clothes, I guess. So you can take the shoulder stock and use it on the more powerful Benjamin Discovery pistol. Now, let me tell you about something about this pistol. A normal Discovery is built to press up to around 2,000 psi and shoot about 600 feet per second with CO2. This Discovery is PCP. She'll press all the way up to 3,400 psi. Yes, so I mean she can shoot heavier slugs, you know, for longer distances. She's a hard-hitting little weapon. The mods, now I know a lot of you are against mods on Crossmans and Benjamins, and let me tell you right away, you're wrong. You can do so much more with modded Crossmans and Benjamins. You know, if you're into this hobby, you're going to spend money on modifications, and you're going to need to learn some more about your weapons. Let's start with this little jewel right here. This one we didn't do a whole lot of modification to. It still has a plastic breech, and it uses iron sights. I have a ghost ring sight on the rear, and I have a fiber optic on the front. Now, let's have a look at that sight picture. And let's see here. Can we line it up for you? Right there. You can see that little ghost ring, I believe. Yep. And you get that, there it is. Right there. Yeah. So, those are mostly cosmetic. On the inside, you have an RP valve, boss valve, okay, from Alchemy Airworks. And this is strictly a CO2 pistol, but it's a very strong CO2 pistol. The barrel is 14 inches long. The barrel is a custom barrel I bought from Alliance Hobby. It's rifled. It's accurate. This gun I have clocked with a fresh CO2 power at 600 plus feet per second, shooting these right here, plain old Crossman Premier hollow point, you know, 14.3 grain, and it shoots them hot. You know, it also shoots the the rockets a lot hotter. And let me tell you something about shooting hot. Okay, shooting hot. When you get up in the transonic range, okay, 1,200 feet per second, then you lose accuracy. And the reason that happens is because of the shape of the pellet and the shock waves across it. You see these pellets here? Okay, aerodynamic shape of the pellet. As you approach the speed of sound, the shock wave over the pellet becomes uneven, and this causes the pellet to lose stability. That's why when shooting really hot, you don't get as good accuracy. So why use a high pressure gun? You use a high pressure gun, so you can shoot bigger pellets, heavier pellets. Now, this thing, before I modified it, shot these pile drivers, you know, at a pretty good clip. And so it's still shooting them, I don't know, probably around 400 feet per second or better, 500 feet, and that's really good for a crossbow. The 14-inch barrel, that's, you know, you're not going to get a whole lot more benefit unless you're, you know, and when you start pushing, like I said, you start pushing 1,000 feet per second, you're losing accuracy. Your 14-inch barrel is perfectly adequate, and this gun is still a perfect backpack gun. When I take the shoulder stock off and put the grips on it, well, you know, it's just like a normal pistol, just a little bit long, but they're light and not hard to stabilize. The Benjamin Discovery. I started with this too. This is a Benjamin Discovery gas tube, goes on the Discovery rifle. It's even marked on the side. Benjamin Discovery. It's a really cool gun. And what I added next was the pistol grip and trigger mechanism from a 2240. And thanks to Crossman, who owns Benjamin's parts commonality, this bolted right up. And the design on the inside is almost identical. Almost. Originally, the Discovery pistol, Discovery rifle, was a dual fuel gun. Well, this gun kind of sort of still is. You can press it up with CO2, and you can press it up with compressed air. I strictly use compressed air with it now. And at 2,000 PSI, I'm getting about a 10-shot string around 1,000 to 1,200 feet per second with the lighter pellets. And it's shooting fairly accurately. When you get around that transonic range, though, it gets to where it's hard to maintain the stability of the shock wave. So, you know, telling where your rounds are going to go. 3,400 feet PSI, I can probably push it a tad faster. So what we have is a magnum valve that makes this possible. We have our little air gauge pressure gauge port right here that has a larger aperture to allow more air to flow from the barrel into the valve. Let me talk about the valve. The magnum valve has more capacity. Also, its ports are angled from the direction that the valve operates, so that when the air is allowed to get in here into the valve, it doesn't have to make a 90-degree turn to get into your air transfer port. Okay, it comes in at an angle, reduces restriction. You get quite a bit more feet per second out of it. The barrel, well, this here is a Wild Rock barrel, and it was custom made. It cost a pretty penny. I do have fiber optic sights on the front. I do have a peep sight I'm going to put on the rear. But with this cheap little scope we have on here, it's a little Chinese crap ACOG type, you know, I have a set of irons on top. And the irons hoist the pistol up, do give you a fairly decent sight picture, and they're accurate at 25 yards, which I don't want to shoot any further than 25 yards, whatever I'm shooting at. So I do have a pellet resizer. Some of my larger, heavier pellets, like the pile drivers, are a tad too large. You don't want to swage them down too much, because if you do, then you're not going to get the sufficient airflow over them. You're not going to seal the barrel enough. But I've got them to the point now that they chamber easily. Before, they were a little tough to chamber. But anyway, these are the sisters. I want to do some shooting tonight, but it's cold out there. So if I do anything at all, it won't be with big sister. Be with little sister. Either one of these are good to take out and shoot rabbits with. Either one of these guns are good enough to take out and shoot Eurasian doves with. This one is legal to hunt squirrels with in Texas. And why this one and not that one? Well, that's because the stock Discovery is capable of firing a projectile 600 feet per second. And that's this crazy little law in Texas. It has nothing to do with foot-pounds of energy. It just has to do with how fast it will shoot the pellet. I think this is prejudicial to PCP guns. This gun here will do 600 feet per second. But, okay, its description of a stock pistol is somewhat, well, it's quite a bit lower than that, you know, barely 500 feet per second. So that would not be illegal to hunt squirrels within Texas, would it? The shoulder stock. Any air rifle that you can use to hunt squirrels within Texas has to be fired from the shoulder. So this is useless against squirrels. But I can swap the shoulder stock out with the pistol grips. We're good to go. So, a word on pellets. I like heavy pellets. I don't shoot light pellets, you know, because then you get back into your transonic range, you know. And I've tried lots of pellets. If your gun is capable of pushing that pellet 1,400 feet per second, well, you're above the transonic range. But light pellets don't travel as far. They don't have enough inertia. So how far are you going to shoot and still maintain accuracy? You know, that's why I like slugs. And I got a few of those. I even have some 40 grain slugs that I haven't tried yet, that I'm anxious to put down range. So maybe I'll do some shooting before I complete this video. But here it is. I'll show you the mods and the pictures of them for this gun. This one's a little more extensive. Yeah, I'll probably post a list of crap that I used to put this gun together. But here you go. Oh, I also have this handy little grip. I use this on my ARs a lot when I change receivers. You know, I can just use this right here. And one of the things I like about this particular foregrip is that versatile to a bipod, rapidly easily, and you know, not a big deal to retract it. There you go. I hate bad weather. Wish I could shoot. All right, we're going to shoot a few minutes with the 2240. Too close. You see her. Okay. This is really cheating with this gun because I'm only like 3 or 4 yards away. But I need to get some shooting in the system. Shot a little on purpose. That was deadly accurate. Let's go for the center. Next 3 shots. it. You see, that's really cheating at this range. Alrighty, I'm doing a little practice shooting today with the 2240. I've got it loaded up with a CO2 powerlet, and our first round we got her gassed up. And I do a little practice shooting every now and then. Shooting these targets is a good way to practice, you know, hit whatever you're trying to do. So let's not talk anymore. Let's shoot. Smoked it. 25 yards, first shot. One a little to the right towards the wind. Going right. A little high. Okay. Yes. Dead on. Ooh, that was a hit. The wind is evidently it's not bothering me too much. Third from the left. Well, missed that. I don't know where I'm hitting. I suspect I'm hitting a little low now. There. More shooting high. I don't know where I need to shoot. I'm still holding good after all those rounds. I don't know how many are shot, but I'm shooting for a long way. Got him. Now we smoked all the targets. At least one. 25 yards, it's not bad. I miss a couple of them. Well, that's shooting and hunting. Not bad open sight. Shot over it. We're still doing well. Pretty far into the stream. Steady up. treat your coffee. Ying! It's just me, my old eyes and hands. Steady as they used to be. I get in a bit of a hurry. Shaking. Wind's blowing me around. I was right on the edge. I'm running out of gas finally. What, about 20 shots or so? It's really hard to steady up in this wind. Let me take a knee. We're out of gas.